Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Lewis here. Today what we're going to be talking about is Thinkific. We're going to log into Thinkific and show you exactly what you get in every single facet of it. We're going to show you the interface, show you the course section, how to build a course, how to design a site from scratch, and actually show you proven sites that are proven to work from my personal courses, as well as how you can support your students, how you can enable them through quizzes, questionnaires, discussions, through all of these different things. We're going to show you all of that today in this video. As always, I have a link in the description, which will get you Thinkific for an unknown amount. Actually, the price changes based on the region you're in. So what I recommend you do is you just get the annual subscription and then utilize 30-day money back guarantee if you don't like it. So literally there's no risk at all when you do this. Give it a go, watch this video in full, get a feel for it all. And if you like what I've shown you, and you have a 30-day money back guarantee, so you really have nothing to lose. Again, go for that annual subscription, get the 20% off. What exactly is Thinkific? They have 50,000 course creators and they've made more than $500 million for these course creators. That is an insane amount of people. And the amount of courses taken is over 100 million taken courses, which is unreal. I don't know any other platform, whether that's Teachable or LearnDash or anything like that, that have come anywhere close to these numbers. The reason that is because Thinkific enables the course creator yourself by helping you market and sell it through coupons, discounts, whatever it is, widgets, affiliates, all of these different things, and it helps you because of that. And that's why Thinkific, in my opinion, is the best out there right now. And also they are updating this thing all the time. It enables you to build the course, design your course site, which we're going to show you. We're going to show you how you can market and sell it and integrate certain things into it, which is really powerful, as well as, in my opinion, the most important thing, which is supporting the people that have invested in yourself. So whether you're teaching people how to knit, how to do accounting, how to do marketing, how to become a YouTuber, how to invest in crypto, whatever it is, Thinkific is a very interesting solution that you want to look at. But that is enough of the overview of Thinkific. Let's jump right into the platform right now. So this is exactly what you see once you invest in Thinkific and log into the actual course builder or LMS. This is my business, otherwise known as the Online Creator Institute, whereby I teach people how to do affiliate marketing through YouTube. I've blurred out all of the revenue, the new accounts, and as well as the enrollments, because I don't think it's appropriate to be showing those things. But the point is, it has been very, very good to me. So the interface is very simple. You have your manage your learning content, which it basically means you manage your courses. You can then design your site based on your courses. So let's say you have 3 different courses. One is on YouTube education, like the Online Creator Institute, and the next one is on knitting, and the other one is on marketing or something random that you're skilled in. You can design a site for each one of them, or a landing page for each one of those courses. And that's what design your site is. We will go into these very soon, so don't worry. Then you have market and sell. This is how Thinkific enables you to build coupons, promotions, discounts, and helps you sell them, as well as advanced reporting, which just means, are you selling it and how much are you making as a result? Then you can support your students and actually see, okay, this student XYZ is on this journey and this path, and this is how much they've gone through your course, but they may need a bit of support here. So maybe reach out to them and say, hey, you know what, I noticed that you've only taken 30% of our course. How can we help you? Which is quite interesting. Then there's the settings, there's the apps, aka the other integrations that is in this, as well as the account. Now, they're also giving away a free month, so click my link in the description if you want to take advantage of that. Go nuts. Then there's my training, which teaches you how to use Thinkific, and it is very good. I highly recommend that you take that as well. So once you click my link, create an account, do my training if you want really in-depth knowledge of all these things. The help center, which just means, and it's very similar to this help as well in the bottom right, it just tells you everything that you need to know. And then updates. And now this is what makes Thinkific really, really powerful. Updates enables you to see everything new that's happening. So for example, a massive update that they had was implementing a new checkout system where it wasn't a 2-step process, it was just one, whereby the user just enters their name, their address, or whatever it is, and the credit card details, and it just immediately sells after one landing page. Stuff like that is being implemented, which is absolutely game-changing and has been game-changing for me personally in our business, otherwise known as the Online Creator Institute. So let's jump into manage learning content. So if I click manage learning content, you'll see a few different things. You'll see courses, categories, instructors, aka me, the video library, or everything that, all the content, all the videos that you've actually uploaded to your courses that you can allocate, and of course your share revenue. Now I'm going to go into courses and have a look at the different types of courses that I have available right now. You can see that I have 3 different courses. Now you can have unlimited amounts, and I will be adding more down the line by all means. So essentially what this means is you can go ahead and create a new course, and you can start from blank. You can start a mini course, downloadable content, flagship. So this is a massive. Here are templates that you can build from, but I'm going to start from scratch just so you can see exactly what you get. Actually, I'm going to start a mini course. So I'm going to call this the YouTube course test. So now what's happening is it's actually loading and creating a course for me. And it's actually giving you the templates on how to do that. So now we're in the course section whereby you can basically create everything in your course that you need to. This is sort of like its own little LMS. This is its own little system right now. We are building a course right now, which is great. And what you can see is some information on how to use it. It gives you the welcome, you know, whatever's got to happen, and it's going to give you information, and you can essentially just look it through. So here's a great example of what the mini course gives you. So welcome, personal vision, and introduction to yourself. All this is doing is it's actually given you a video to inform your students how to use Thinkific. So if we click on this, it's actually going to walk in and show your students exactly how this system works, because that's all they really see at the end of the day. They really just see this. They just see this type of interface. Not all of these things, but they really just see this and below, which is quite cool. Before we jump into this, I want to just show you what each one of these things means up the top. So we have bulk importer. So this is where you can actually just completely bulk import all of these different things, all of these different weeks or subjects or whatever you want to call them into here. So all this is if we look at instructions of this course, it will also reflect there. And if I want to delete that and delete the chapter in all together, it'll be removed. And exactly the same here. You can see, okay, welcome to personal vision, and you can update that, and that'll update it as well, which is great. And then you have the different courses within that. In this case, that's a video, and here is a documentation. And you'll notice they're all in draft as well, which means they're not live. And I'm just going to delete that as well. Actually, no, I like that one up. But what is personal vision? Again, this is just a sample. You can just completely rename these. And now you can see I only have really 1 chapter in this. You can also create them here as well. So if you want to add a lesson, you can just add a lesson, and let's just say it's going to be a video that you upload. You can just upload a new video. It will load and it'll figure out what the hell's going on. But you can also do that through the bulk importer as well. So that's what the curriculum, which is your course, and then the bulk importer is the easy way to do that. Now what I'm actually in new lesson. So new lesson, I'll just call this new lesson. Once I'm in new lesson, I can actually say, okay, well, here are all of the videos that I have from my other courses, or I could just upload a new one completely there. So it doesn't use the YouTube video system or anything like that. And here's a pro tip. If you want to reduce the size of your videos to make them run faster, upload them to YouTube, download it from YouTube, because YouTube has the best rendering on the planet, because they have to, given it's YouTube, and then re-upload it here. So it'll be a smaller file, but it'll still maintain really good quality. So that's a small tip on what you can do. So let's just say I have YouTube growth hacks, then I will associate YouTube growth hacks, and I've already uploaded it, on selling your own product, or this is just part of my course. This is 51 minutes, this video. I can add text underneath it. So I'm just going to add text, whatever. And I can also add downloads as well that people can, download, and they can opt in to do that. And another really cool thing, and this is relatively new, is you can make this free, make it a complete free preview. So if you want people to access your course and say, okay, well, I'm going to give this specific video away for free, make this a free video lesson. And then they get a bit of a gist of what you're all about. Make it a prerequisite. All that means is they have to complete this video in order to move on. Enable discussion for this lesson. So that just means your community can actually communicate with each other. And that's what it looks like from the bulk importer, the curriculum, as well as jumping deeper into an actual lesson itself. So that's how that system is structured. You put the title, upload the video that you want, you add the text to give it a bit more context and what they're doing, as well as a few different additional features there. So let's go into settings. So settings is quite powerful, because now, you remember how I was talking about the marketability? Notice how there's this thing here, SEO is there. So you can now tell Google, you're literally telling Google that this course is about, let's just say YouTube, or it's about knitting, or whatever it's about. And then you can have the description as well underneath that, as well as the keywords that are relevant to this. So in my case, the Online Creator Institute is all about YouTube education and teaching people how to make money online through affiliate marketing. That's just how it works. And what I'm doing is saying, okay, Google, this is the title, this is what we're all about. This is a small description with what we're talking about, as well as the keywords that is informing Google. No other platform that I know, Teachable or anything like that, uses this. As always, I have a link in the description, so make sure you take advantage of that. So let's look at basic settings right now. You have the course name, which you can change at any time. You can also have the course URL. So in this case, the online app.onlinecreatorinstitute.com, courses, YouTube, and that's just who I am. Now you can also have the option to make it private or hidden. I don't really mind if it's private or hidden. Already know that I have a hidden course. If you revert back in the video, I actually do have a hidden course for my corporate clients, which is completely fine, but you can see that's basically what it is. And you also have the option to delete. Now that I'm in course image and description, this also helps YouTube as well. So this is just the image that you have. It gives you the dimensions to use. You can easily create that in a platform like Canva, and also the course description, the course player. So what exactly does your player look like? I personally like dark themes in my players because black for me is just cool. I use YouTube black as well. So you can add little features. For example, if a student opens up a lesson within your course, it will automatically play the video. You have the option to do that. Similar to prerequisites, and this is more so for the university level in my opinion, where you can say, okay, well, if a user hasn't completed above 20 or let's just say 80% of a course, they cannot move on. Very similar to prerequisites, as well as chapter completion as well. As well as completion certificates. I personally hate certificates. I don't think they should exist, but hey, a lot of people like to do that. Again, this is more so for the pro user, the universities, the actual schools that pull this stuff off, which is fine. As well as the footer code. Now the footer code is really interesting because you can add scripts from other platforms. You can put a YouTube retargeting pixel on there and target people that have visited or worked with certain YouTube videos and, you know, target them based on whether or not they purchased your course or not. And then you have admins, revenue, as well as affiliates. This is where I can go into my list of clients and say, okay, I can enable and say, okay, well, this person has contributed so much to my community and I've actually hired them as a person to join us. I can say, okay, well, Alex in this case will be an admin for my course and actually help me run it as well. So it's pretty cool to add course admins that have actually come from your community and that you trust, as well as affiliates. Very similar to what the Online Creator Institute does. You can have your students go out and sell your courses for you. Thinkific gives you the complete infrastructures to do that, which is very, very powerful. And we've already gone through SEO because I think that's the most valuable part. Then you have the ability to drip feed your course. So this just means if I had all my courses live, I can say, if I go back to the curriculum and this is week 1, and then I create a new chapter for week 2, let's just call that week 2, I can then drip feed it and say, okay, well, after 7 days of someone purchasing the course, then on that 8th day, they will have access to week 2, as you can see here. And that's really, really cool that you can do that, because that means you can always give people a 7-day trial of your course. And if they don't like it, because it's drip fed, they can't just go in and watch everything at once. I think that's a bit unreasonable for them to do that. Or you give them a 7-day money back guarantee. They go in and watch the first week, they love it, ideally, and then they stay with you. As well as pricing. So pricing is really, really cool. There's primary pricing, and then you can also set additional pricing parameters. I don't think you actually need that. And the first thing I like to do, and especially for those that are dyslexic out there, I like to give out courses for free because I think that's very important, and that holds true in my heart in a bit. You can create it for free, or you can have a one-time fee of whatever it is. So like normally courses will cost around $100, and that will just be fine. And then you have an enrollment duration. So how long do you want them to have it? For 1 year, 365 days. But generally speaking, you want them to leave it blank, give it to them for a lifetime. That's also very nice. And that also helps you sell it as well. And then you can turn it into a subscription. Again, more for the pro plan, more for the pro users, people that are actually, you know, building massive businesses out of this stuff. You can look at that, as well as a monthly payment plan as well. So there are different ways you can do this. And ultimately, I think free and one-time payments are more than enough, especially when you're starting off. Now, after purchases, so this is where you have the ability to upsell certain products of yours. I personally don't use it. I don't want to use it. I don't like upsells right now. I think it's a bit deceiving to upsell people, but hey, you have that option, as well as publish. So you can have the drafts, you can have pre-order, which is brand new, by the way. So now you can actually say, okay, well, hey guys, you can come and pre-order our course, even though it's technically done, but pre-order it. It'll be out in a month. And as a result of pre-ordering it, you'll get, 20% or 50% off. That option is there. And again, it comes back to how much Thinkific helps you in that marketing process. No other LMS does this type of stuff to support you in growing. And that's why they have more than $500 million worth of sales, because they know what they're doing and they have qualified marketers backing them, as well as publish, which just means that it's a published thing and it's done. And that, my friends, is the course. We clicked on the top left of the screen before, and as you can see, the next step is build the landing page up here on the top right. So let's do that right now and show you what you get. So this is the landing page once you have designed a new course. Now, what it will take is your core foundations. So in this case, this is the Online Creator Institute program or tenant of the LMS, whereby whereby that's all branded and things. Now I can go in and change that whenever I want, or I can add a certain banner ad. And it's very, very simple to edit these things. It's literally drop and drag. So if I want to edit this section, all I have to do is click it, and I will have the ability to edit the heading. So I can say, okay, well, let's just add ASD, which is fine. It will load that up and you actually see it. So I have the ability to add to the heading. So in this case, I can just add ASD, and then it will load up and it will show it to you. Again, you generally just want to click on automatically add the course name description to it, which is fine, as well as the hero image. So you can upload an image, no problem at all. And even that image is fine, to be honest. You can do that, as well as you can align it. So if you want this text to be in the center and you want it to be small, some people would like that in terms of its width, you can totally do that. There's no issues with that. This is more than enough, more than what you need in order to get this done, which is completely fine. And if you really want to, you can just do this. You can remove the background image and you can actually say, okay, well, I want it to be all that color. And again, the sky's not even the limit, right? To me, that's perfectly reasonable. And if I want to make it really, really dark, I just change the opacity and it'll be that color. And then that's where you go in and you start adding different elements. So what we just did there was just the banner. But let's say we want to add different things. Of course, the curriculum, which will be the course that we did before. You remember on the top left, it was, week 1, week 2, week 3. You can do it like that, which is completely fine. But let's say we wanted to add more things. So adding a section. So you have all of these options. And don't let this freak you out. It's actually much more easy than you think. So you can have the smart pricing there. You can add bonus material. You can add a call to action. So let's just add a call to action randomly. So here's a call to action with a button that's associated to it. So now I'm going to edit the call to action. It gives me all the options. So text, call to action. Okay, so like the call to action can be buy now to get 20% off, and that will update. Then you can update the button as well. Grab it today. And then the background image, you can remove that if you want to, or you can add a background image. It really doesn't matter. And you can, of course, change the opacity. You can just make it black because black looks cool. You see what I'm doing here, and once you spend some time on it, it will make more sense. And then, of course, again, the alignment piece. If you want it all on the left, you can totally do that. And you can have an image on the right and make it look all fancy and schmick. You can see the options are absolutely limitless, and you can make a very, very good looking site that gets the job done. Now, let me show you what the Online Creative Institute website looks like on this area. So currently I'm in my preview mode where I have 2 different courses available, and you'll see if I jump into YouTube Masterclass, you'll see that this is the site that I ended up building for the YouTube Masterclass, which is very simple and it's very quick and it's very good for SEO. So YouTube Masterclass, yada, yada, yada. And I've added a few images here. And what I really wanted to do here is just get the facts out to people and just show people exactly what it's all about. And you can see, a little YouTube video there, whatever it is. Learn the way that suits you best, the online e-learning platform, the course curriculum, which goes into each one of the course materials and each weeks of our program and shows you, okay, well, these 2 videos are free just so you can see what you get. And then we go into mindset and all those things and really tries to distill what we do. And that's a live example of a page that is very, very good. And you can continually add things to this as well. Like, let's say you want to just add something in there. Again, you can do whatever you want in here. A good one is frequently asked questions. So that's pretty simple, to be honest. Again, it's all built. You can say you want to remove the padding. So we've just done that, which is completely fine. Let's add it back. You can go to the heading and you can just call it questions people ask. Doesn't really matter. You can add a little subheading. You can make it center aligned so everything's in line with each other. And then, of course, you can just edit the questions that people have, like question 1 or answer 2 in this case. Google will index this and say, okay, well, this makes sense. And that is the page component. Of course, you can edit the header, which will edit the header for all of your courses. It's exactly the same principle. So if I go in to edit the header, I can, change the logo. I can do whatever I really want, and it's all available there, as well as add links and add additional links. And I just have it very, very simple on my end. So all I have is all of the courses as well as the FAQ, and then for people to sign in, which is very, very simple. This doesn't look that great because I've literally spent 20 seconds on it. It's all there available and you can make it look good. And that, my friends, is the courses as well as the landing page. And now you will see it here as well. Then you have categories. The categories is the page that I showed you earlier where I had 2 different courses available. There was the dyslexic one as well as the YouTube Masterclass one. That's just how that works, whereby it just helps users or your students to find different courses. In this case, I have 4 because, of course, only 2 of them were visible on the other page. So the YouTube Masterclass was visible, as well as the Dyslexic Worldview and Mindset. And now you have the YouTube test course, which we just sort of built in like 30 seconds. And of course, the corporate YouTube class, YouTube Masterclass, which is only for my corporate clients. Let me know if you want access to that as well. Instructors is very simple. All it is who is instructing your courses, and that information is given to your students. And then the video library, again, you can do this manually when you do the courses, but you can also just upload videos in here, which is completely fine. And then share revenue is based on who contributes to your course. So you can create a course where other people add value to it and say, hey, you know what, we're adding value to my course, I'm going to give you a 5% or 2% commission because of that. So things like that is really cool. We've already gone over design and design your site, which is very, very straightforward. Now we're going to go into market and selling your course. So marketing and selling your course is a relatively straightforward thing, and Thinkific enables you to do multiple things that will help you. So let's jump right into the best one, in my opinion, which is the coupon code. So I'm going to blur out all these coupons right now because there's too many of them. So as you can see, I have a lot of coupons here, which I'm going to completely blur out because there's just too many of them here for you to see. I definitely have used this. I have 3 pages worth of coupons, which are unreal and very valuable to me. But the point is, let's say I wanted to create a coupon for 20% off or $20 off my course. So I'm going to create a code for, heck, I'll just do 20% off for this. Actually, I'll give it to you guys anyway. And I'll say YouTube Masterclass, and that code will be called Creator Lewis Discount. And there will be an unlimited amount of quantities. Let's just say it's 99999, or I can just do 0, which is fine. I don't really mind. So Creator Lewis Discount, there will be a 20% discount code for the Online Creator Institute. That'll be saved. Have fun with that. You know, you're welcome. If you're this far along in the video, you're welcome. You can have that. So sales widgets are pretty cool because you can actually build sales widgets and then embed them into certain websites. So if I want to sell the YouTube Masterclass, and I can say, okay, well, do I want to add an affiliate to this sales widget? So you can say, okay, I have affiliate people that have joined me, but now I can create a specific widget for them in order to buy whatever they want to buy, right? So in this case, I'm just going to pick a red color, and then I'm going to have black text just for the hell of it, and it will lead them directly to the checkout page. And you can just say Online Creator Institute. I can generate that code and send it to an affiliatee that I have under that affiliates my products, and then they can use that, whatever you want on there. Again, it enables sales, it enables all these things. Then you have your orders, which of course is who has purchased, how far are they along in the course are they, etc. And then you have affiliates. Now affiliates are, in my opinion, one of the most powerful things. I haven't set up my affiliates because I don't need to. The point is, this is where you say, okay, these people have taken the course, they're credible, now they can actually go out and sell it if they want to and get a kickback as a result. I'd probably offer anyone that wants to do it for me a 30 or 40% commission. Not a problem at all if they want to do that with me. But just let me know in the comment section below. No problem, and just reach out to me. I got you. So then you have advanced reporting. I'm not going to go into advanced reporting because I'm going to say that for another video, a much more in-depth video that teaches you all those things. But in a nutshell, all it is who has purchased it and the graphs. Now let's go into support your students. Supporting your students is really good. Now, what this has done is actually created a few different things that'll help you. The first thing is the users. Now you can see all of the users that are currently, or your students that are currently on your platform or on your LMS, in your course, in your school. That's what users is. Then you have groups. Groups is only available for the pro and growth packages. Again, this is more so for larger universities, big companies that enable you to do that. So we're talking about, let's say, a company like YouTube or Google, where they would want to sell into just the specific department. That's where groups come in, or cohorts come in for organizations. Then you have progress. This is where you can actually see how far along people are in each course. I will see all of the progress reports for all of my students, and also groups if I had any, but I clearly don't in this case. Then you can also build out communities and see and actually bring everyone together in a communal fashion. Again, I personally think you should have communities on other platforms, especially like YouTube, where people can communicate with each other. Then you have certificates. I personally don't like certificates. I think they're irrelevant, but hey, if you want to give people a badge of authority at the end of them doing a course, you can enable that. Again, it's all about supporting your students and make them successful in however you see fit. And then of course there are discussions. Now this is, if you remember back in managing your course or managing learning content, you gave your students the opportunity to message and actually communicate on each video. I personally don't do that because we have a separate community for that, for our courses, and we say that in like week 1, we say join the community. Here is an example of where you can just filter all in one screen and see all the conversations that are moving, as well as reviews, see the reviews, the assignments, if you have any assignments, any quizzes, which I don't use, and also notifications as well. Quizzes, I personally don't use them. I don't think they're relevant, but hey, if you ever want to quiz your students and say, hey, what did you think of this course? Go for it. So once you click settings, you see a few different things. You see site, you see learning content, payments, order and accounts, code and analytics. This is the code and analytics for your site, like what's going on in terms of traffic and all those things. And then of course, Thinkific Labs, which is the beta op. A great example of Thinkific Labs is something that's already embedded, which is otherwise known as, if we go to new streamlined checkout, this is the thing I was referring to earlier, where they're testing a new single page checkout to increase conversions on your landing page. So opting in will mean that half of your signups will see the current checkout, which is a two-step process, which is create account, then checkout, and half will see a single checkout, which is converting like absolute madness. So I highly recommend you opt in for this, opt in for the test. It works. It's amazing. So things like that work really well. So let's just jump into how the site function works. So you have site details, site emails, URL, SSL certificate, which is just the security piece which comes with it, as well as the ability to remove Thinkific branding. Of course, that's only for it's really only for real like universities and things and larger enterprise that want to do that and have this as an additional feature or selling point for their existing product. But let's just jump into site details. So what's it actually called? In my case, Online Creator Institute. What are the site emails? You can just put the emails in there, which is, of course, I had to remove them. But you can just put them on your own personal site if you don't have an email. That's completely fine. The other thing is adding a custom URL. So if I didn't have app.onlinecreatorinstitute.com, it would just be oci.thinkific.com, which is the Online Creator Institute, thinkific.com, which works. You can do that. But I decided to create my own custom URL, which I think looks a lot more professional and works better for me. You can add SSL. Don't worry. It already kind of has SSL and it's already secure, so you're fine. Again, you're always going to have the ability to in for new and different things. Yes, opt in for that. Save it. It's really, really good. Then you have the ability to modify text a bit. This is just text snippets for different things and different pages. In this case, you don't really need to worry about this. I think it's actually completely useless. Then we have the learning content. So this is where you can adjust the theme player, the styles, the logo, all of those things. As you know, you can put in your own logo on the theme player. My logo is rampant throughout the entire thing, as you can already see if you go to the website. Again, I have a link to all of those things below. There is a 20% discount code for only those that watch this video. Have fun with that. And you can set up the light or dark theme as well if you want to do that, as well as the color of it. So generally this color is my branding and Lato is the font that it uses as well. And you may think, oh, it's an interesting font. That's the font that I use. Then you have course player styles. So this is just what color is it? What color is the player, as well as the font that it uses. I use Lato. You can see that it's all transparent. It's all yours, as well as the course logo if you want to do that. Then you have your payment setup. I personally have Stripe connected so people can pay via credit card and Stripe, as well as PayPal. I had to remove all those details, but you can see the green means it's connected. I personally have both of them, which gives people more chances and more ways in order to invest in your education if they want to do that. Again, I use PayPal and Stripe, and I think going down both of those routes are wise. Order and accounts. So this is just, what does the account look like? What is the order? I personally never use this. They set it all up for you. It's all done. Here is something really powerful in terms of tracking if you want to go down this rabbit hole of tracking. So this is code and analytics. I'm not going to show you everything here because there's a lot of API keys and information here. So I'm going to leave that as is. However, this is how, if you want to interject sign up tracking, so you can add a YouTube pixel, a Google pixel, and say, okay, the people haven't signed up or they visited my sign up page but didn't actually purchase. I'm going to retarget them through YouTube videos or something like that. You can do that. The option is there for anyone, especially if you have a marketer in-house. They'll be able to take care of that for you, as well as Google site verification meta tags, which just means you can track on Google Analytics, which is very powerful, as well as webhooks, and there's an API on that as well. And then you have the Thinkific Lab. The Thinkific Lab is very simple. All it really is your ability to have access to features that haven't officially been released, giving you the ability to, have access to them and try out different things. I personally love it. I think they're all awesome, and everything that they've added so far has increased my sales quite dramatically. So this again, why Thinkific, in my opinion, is number one. Now let's look at apps. Now Thinkific apps is where you can start integrating with different or other software things that you have. So for example, I do an integration between Thinkific, my students, as well as MailChimp. So I'm able to send them emails and say, hey, how's it going? Here's an update on the course. Here's a new video that we've just released. Go check it out. This is my ability to actually email them after the fact. And I do that through MailChimp. MailChimp. And I currently have 2 installed apps. You can see what I'm currently installed, which is completely fine. And the amount of apps is quite literally unlimited. If I was to do Google Analytics, I do that. It's in there. ActiveCampaign, that also has the ability to do that as well. ConvertKit, there is a lot of integrations in here as well, but there's also more through the API as well. So you can build out unique integrations to really just support your students. And that's all it really comes down to. MailChimp is more than enough for me at this point in time at my scale, which is completely fine. Then we have Lewis's account, which just means here is the current plan that I'm using, my details and my ability to log out. Click on my link in the description below. Take advantage of that. I think you should invest in the annual plan personally. Give it 30 days. If you don't like it, awesome. Just get a complete refund. If you do, have fun with that and start creating. But remember, you're not going to sell your courses in the first 30 days. That's very rare. It's going to take 2, 3, 4 months before things actually start kicking in, especially because when you say build your site and the SEO, it takes time for that to kick in. There's training, help center, and updates. And that, my friends, is the entire Thinkific platform shown to you in a nutshell as fast as possible and really just getting to what you need to know. So the question at the end of the day is, should you invest in Thinkific? Now, I have a link in the description. Take advantage of that if you want to do that. The answer is this. If you are a course creator and wants to build courses and wants a platform that does everything for you so you don't have to do any coding or anything crazy like that, set up crazy integrations with Stripe and PayPal and put in API keys, Thinkific enables you to do that through just one-click processes. It's very simple, so you can ultimately just get what you want done, aka build your course, market the thing, and then sell it. And that's what Thinkific enables you to do. It sounds much easier said than done, but it enables you to do that, and you can make an extreme amount of money doing it as well. It took 1 whole year of the Online Creator Institute for it to really start making money, and that's how long it took me before it actually started to boom. That's how long it takes. Take it or leave it. If you have an existing audience of people that love you and already know who you are, and you already have content, then you'll be selling really fast. If you don't, in my opinion, it'll take 6 months to a year for it to really start to scale. So make the investment early and go for it. There's nothing really stopping you. Don't think, oh, it doesn't work in 30 days, therefore I'm going to stop. Doesn't work like that. If you sell anything in 30 days, you're an absolute animal. But the strategy is really this in terms of marketing your product. Create a free product, create a free course that lasts for 7 days. Give it to as many people in your niche as possible. Get them to like you. The next step is then, once they love you through that initial course, then you sell them an actual course. That is the process that you want to be taking, and that's the process that works for me. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please give this video a like, a subscribe. If you like the video, go nuts. Click my link in the description if you want to look at the Online Creator Institute. There is a code there for you. Take advantage of that. It's all yours. 20% off. Have fun. If you're this far in the video, that's awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Lewis, out.